Welcome to Talking Books TV. I'm your host, Michelle Van de Pass, and today I'm so pleased to have my friend and first-time author, Donna Vessey, with us. She wrote this really hilarious book about event planning, Adventures of a Gala Guru, and you can find out more at galaguru.com. Welcome to the show, and tell me, how on earth do you keep your cool doing some of these amazing events?
Well, I don't do it all alone. I have a team of people that help me on the events. So I have a couple of event managers. I have people assigned to different details on an event. So it's not all the pressure's on me by myself the whole time.
It's not, but I tell you, reading this book, my blood pressure just started to go up. There are some crazy things.
Yes,
one of the stories I just loved was about a crazy bridezilla mom. So it wasn't even the bride that was crazy, it was the mom who was the momzilla, I guess. Do you really have to deal with people who are just so totally out of the box, wacko, when you're doing events?
Well, you do, and especially with a wedding. Weddings are different because it's a once-in-a-lifetime moment. You're not going to get a second chance on the wedding. So, you get second marriages, but you don't always get a second chance to make it perfect.
And one of the things that I really got from this book is you are a perfectionist, but you bring such an air of calm to your events that nobody knows all the craziness. It's all happening behind the scenes, and the people actually holding the events just have this wonderful party or the wonderful wedding, and you're going nuts, but nobody else knows that. This is an air of professionalism that you bring because of your years of experience, I guess.
Well, and that's the way it should be. You want the event to look perfect. You don't really want the people who are hosting the event or attending the event to know the craziness that's going on behind the scenes. And it's just like there's actually a play out called Noises Off, which is about a group of actors putting on a play on stage, and immediately the stage turns around and you see what's happening backstage. It's very, very funny. And once an event is over, then you can sometimes look back and laugh, but you do want, there's a lot of pressure to get it right the first time.
Now, you read this book and it's a work of fiction, but you know that it's based on true stories because you couldn't make this stuff up. Tell me, you've got some truths in the book. Tell me what those are.
The 4 truths in this book are: I am married to a photographer named David. I am a vegan. I do drive a Honda hybrid, and my parents do live in Arizona. However, the rest of the stories are completely fiction, inspired by actual events, and there has been crazy, wild and crazy things happening behind the scenes at most every event, but these stories are obviously not true.
You go and speak about your experience now, and you talk about event planning. What kind of groups do you speak to?
Well, corporate groups, any group that actually wants to talk about success. Success is in the details. So a lot of times they just want to be entertained, so I can entertain them with the stories behind the scenes at events and all the crazy thing that's happening.
What did you learn about yourself writing this book, Donna?
I learned that I must need a 12-step program because I think I'm an overachiever, a workaholic, because sometimes I read the stories and I look back on other events and I think, wow, that was a lot of work. What was I thinking? But once it's over, you have to look back and kind of reassess where you've been and where you actually got to during an event. And so every event is a really good growth experience for me and my team.
A great event planner. You're also a very good writer, and for a first book, I think you've done an incredible job. The book itself is beautiful. The pages are beautifully laid out, and it's a well-written book. Is there another book in the works?
There actually is. I am working on another one that is going to be more about the fiascos that happen on events, and also in another humorous light.
This isn't fiascos? There's all kinds of fiascos in here.
This is just a humorous look at the way events are written. But I have some stories on fiascos that will just make you take a deep breath and go, wow, I had no idea that those kind of things really, really happen. Still do quite a bit of event planning. corporations that are coming back and people are starting to party more, which whenever the economy's good, it's a reason to party.
Absolutely. People can find out more about you and your book at galaguru.com. Tell me the one piece of advice you would like to leave our listeners and watchers with, what they should remember when planning an event.
They should call an event planner like me. Don't do it on your own. Don't try this at home. Call a professional.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Michelle.